Okay, so I've been getting a lot of inboxes about my hair and how to do this. Just so you know, I have naturally curly hair, and I'm going to teach you today how to do this type of hair, or naturally curly hair, and then how to do the grin like I've done, even though it's terrible. My grin is only terrible because I was not looking in a mirror when I did it. I just did it freehand without looking, and it makes it worse when you don't even look in a mirror. I understand my hair looks like crap today, but that's only because I'm trying something new. I'm trying to make it look better. So, what you basically do when you do my hair is all the supplies you'll need. You'll need a straightener, like this, or not like this, is a straightener. I use a big one because I have thick hair. And then for cutting, you use a blade, like this. You go and get it in your hardware store. There's scraping blades for painting. What I basically like to do is, okay, basically what I like to do, when I do my hair, like, because I've naturally curly hair, I'll straighten it with my straightener first, and then after that, I will cut it with a blade. But when you do this, like when you cut it, kind of like mine is, it makes your curls, like, if you decide to leave your hair curly for a day or something, it makes it look rather weird. Okay, that's how I'm gonna put it. All it does is, like, your curls they don't match. They look like really weird lengths. It's like one's up here and then one's all the way down here, like one's long, one's short, and it's like that. So I just leave my hair straight all the time now. My hair, like today, it's like all messed up because I've been trying to do some new stuff with it and try to do a new style with it that I'm trying. Here's how you do it. Just straighten it, and if you want to cut it, I would recommend, if you're doing an emo haircut or trying to do like I've done hair, this is a mix between Andy Sixx hair and Danny Warsnop, and Danny Warsnop's old haircut. I don't mean his new one, his old one, obviously. And this is what I've used to do it. It's a razor. And then for what I've done today, I wouldn't recommend doing this unless you want your hair to look like this. I use regular conditioner. Just go and get it anywhere. This one's from Walmart, I think. Yeah. I use that, and then because I have curly hair, if you have straight hair and you want to do this, don't use curly hair stuff. For people with curls, use Curls Up or any other curl activator or something that helps with your curls, because this helps with my curls. It leaves it straight. You straighten it, and then I mixed Curls Up in my hand, and then conditioner, and then I just took it, and I only did a little bit. Don't do much. Just do like a nickel, nickel size on your hand, okay? And then you take that and just rub it all over your hair, and pull it down so it doesn't curl back up, and then take a brush and brush it out in the style you want it and part it like you want it, like I've done here. And it's kind of messy right now. I'm sorry. It's just like it is. So that's how I've done this effect today. And if you notice, it's like, have you ever noticed when you straighten your hair and then it gets really dry and it looks terrible? I hate like the little breaks there. But like when it looks like really dry and it's like lifeless, it looks wet right now. You can't really tell because my lighting sucks. It's wet right now, and so I've tried to make it look wet. This is called the wet effect. It makes your hair look wet, and it keeps it moisturized for the day. So like, say you went to a theme park like I did, like Kings Island or something, and you're out there like all day, and you want your hair to still look good, but not as dry and everything. Like even when it's really hot out in the summer. I do this because my hair's terrible. This helps from heat damage and everything. And even when you use hairspray, this helps. Just mix these and then put them in your hair. Not much of it though, because if you straighten it and you have really curly hair like me, then if you put a ton of that in your hair, it's just going to make it curl right back up, and you don't want that. Just put a nickel size in it and then brush it out. And what types of combs you should use on your hair, this is what I use to do this, and this is what I usually do. To do this style that I have right now that you see, I use this. It's a fine tooth comb. All the teeth all the teeth are very close together, as you see. I use that. After it's straightened, don't use a fine tooth comb while it's curly, because it'll mess up your curls. Do it while it's straight. And then I use a brush. I use my brush no matter what, even if it's curly or straight, because that's just how I am. I don't believe in using picks or anything. I use this. It's another comb. It's a little bit wider. I alternate between all of them when I was doing it. To make your bangs, like right here, look like this, the side, like how it looks all spread out. You use a fine tooth comb to do that. And then you go over that that you've used with the fine tooth comb with the bigger tooth comb. And then don't brush it after that. Don't use the brush after you use the fine tooth comb for the last time to make it look like this. Because if you do, it'll push it all together and then it won't look spread out like this. It'll just look all like this, kind of like my bangs here. So here's how I've done my grin. It's very terrible, I know, I'm sorry. Usually it's better, but yeah. With my grin, I didn't have black eyeliner, but I have blue snake bites, so I just thought that it would match because I have blue eyeliner. And yes, I am a guy, just to tell you. So first of all, here's how I did my Andy Sixx ways. With Andy Sixx, okay, you can tell that I have a skin color. I'm Mexican and British. I don't really much talk British much. It's not, my voice sounds terrible, I'm sorry. But I use a little bit of really light, it's like cream colored, it's like really light blush. And I only put that over my cheeks, you know, a little bit up. If you're colored and Mexican like me, and you want to do this, it works to use really light. And don't put a lot of this on. Because if you do, you're going to look like you died. You're going to look like a ghost, I'm telling you. Because I did it one time, I made the mistake of putting a ton of it on my face and all over my face. I looked like I woke up from the dead. Honestly, I did. Mascara, it's a must if you want, like, if you have really thin eyelashes like me, and you want to look like Andy Sixx or something, mascara is a must. You can't even tell that I'm wearing mascara right now, but I am. To do my grin, though, I'm getting off topic, how to do my grin is I use this, which is my favorite brand. I wouldn't use anything but this brand. If you're a guy, sometimes I use guy liner, but I don't use it all. I used to use that, and I switched to Wet n Wild. It's a girl. I think it's like a girl's a boy's thing. I don't know. I get it at the mall. And then I also used the Color Workshop. I don't know what it's from. My mom got this for me. And this one was black. I did have black. Oops. Okay, failed. But let me find it here. I use this. This is Midnight Blue eyeliner. Go get it anywhere. I usually do a color to match the snake bites I'm wearing for the day. Like if I'm wearing red, I'll make a red grin or something like that. And the only reason I do one grin, people keep asking me, why don't you do two on each side? Because it looks normal that way. And I'm like, well, I only do one on one side. I'm not for sure. I think Andy Sixx only does one too. The reason that I refuse to do two, because people tell me I'd look better with two. The reason I refuse to do two is because, one, it stands for ever alone. If anybody knew that. I knew that, but I don't know if anyone else did. And that's what I have to tell people. But if you don't believe me, then that's your opinion, okay? But I used this type of eyeliner. And, yeah. I usually do a color to match. My eyes right now, I have no eyeliner on. Because I don't use eyeliner. I use it on my eyes sometimes. What I did to do my eyeshadow is I mixed midnight blue and gray and black to make this type of color. It's a sparkly blue kind of ish to match my grin. Here's a little tip. I'm going to give you tips on how to do the grin now so it looks right with your hair if you do your hair like this and you want to grin. Here's a tip on when you do your grin. When you do your grin, you have to get the lip too. If you don't do your lip too and extend it out, then it won't look right because it just looks like you've got like half a clown mouth there, and it looks terrible in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Usually what I'll do is I'll start at my cheek and I'll make a dot like I used to do. Like my friend taught me how to do this. That's why I learned how to do my grins. She put a dot, and then after that she'd just lightly sketch, kind of like you're doing a straight line in your drawing. You just lightly sketch it. And you don't just go all at once and like hold it there and just go straight across in a line. You sketch it. But when you sketch it, it's easier to make a straight line, and it's not as hard. So I sketch it, and then after that, I just do really light, like, scrapes. It's not very hard at all. And then it's usually on the top of my lip. I like to make it a little bit darker, and then on the bottom, I like to make it a little bit lighter, but it always matches, and it's always half my lip. And yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it. But my hair, it's been dyed sometimes, and it's straightened. So that's pretty much what I do to it. I don't do much to it. It's a lot of effort to get it like this, but I recommend when you do, like, for curly hair, I really strongly recommend that if you use curl stuff, then use Curls Up or go to Sally Beauty and get, it's in a gold bottle, it's gold hair stuff. Use that because the cheap crappy brands suck and they make your hair just like really sticky. My hair is lightweight. I always use lightweight stuff in my hair, and I usually do it. My hair kind of does like the final episode. If you've ever seen Change the Channel final episode by Asking Alexandria, his hair pretty much stays like this the whole time, and it doesn't like move out of place and get all wild. And that's because his hair it's not dead or anything. It bounces if you watch. It like moves with him. Mine doesn't move. And that's because I'm in a convertible like 24/7 and it kills my hair. But that's pretty much how you do it. Just don't use a lot of the supplies like I said. And yeah. And the straightener you use is a big part of it. I know this video is really long. I don't know why, but the straightener you use is a big part of it. Because depending on whether you use a skinny straightener or a fat straightener like I have here, will depend on what type of hair you have. If you have really thick hair like I do, then I would use a really big straightener, a fat one. Use a skinny one if you have short hair. Really short hair, if it's really short, then use a tiny straightener. If it's really thick and short, you can still use a tiny straightener. But I use a big one because my hair is kind of long-ish and straight. Well, curly, but yeah. If you're going to use conditioner, if you do the conditioner tricks like I'm telling you to do, go and get some, not very expensive, it doesn't have to be very expensive, just don't get dollar store brands or anything, okay? Dollar store brands, shampoo, conditioner won't work. It'll kill your hair. I get this from Walmart, even though Walmart sucks too. So that's how you do it. I hope you liked. Yeah, just one more look at my hair. Thanks for watching.